autumn is in the air, and a great fall tradition, as always, is Burgoo in Utica. Oh, yeah, that's right. Burgoo is back this year. And in studio joining us, Mary, president of the LaSalle County Historical Society, and Amanda, the museum manager there at the museum. Good morning.
Yeah.
Now, Burgoo is coming up. When is Burgoo, Mary?
Burgoo is this Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we start at 11 and go until whenever. And we'll have about 150 vendors on the campus, the museum campus. Then Saturday night we start cooking the stew. Sunday morning, we're ready to go to serve the stew, and we'll have about 375 vendors on that day. The village is nice enough to let us utilize their streets, so we'll be up and down streets. Always full there at Burgoo.
Yes. Now, if you're not familiar with the Burgoo stew, Amanda, what's the history of the Burgoo stew?
Well, this will be our 51st year. So in 1969, we started cooking our Burgoo stew.
Not the same batch, mind you.
No.
Okay.
We switch it out every year.
No.
And then, contrary to popular belief, we do not use roadkill.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
That's one other very bad.
Sirloin, chicken breast, and ground pork.
It is a frontier stew, and the amazing thing is you guys cook it outdoors.
Correct. Right along the I&M Canal, we have huge kettles that we set up with wood underneath, and we start about 7 p.m. on Saturday night, and we get the fires going, and it takes all up until 9 a.m. on Sunday to cook that stew.
That is just incredible. It's been a fun tradition here and around Utica, the Burgoo, of course, and there's always the thing of the people stirring the Burgoo, and it's always just a fun sort of a good hometown event.
Yes,
and it really sort of brings up between the fall leaves at Starved Rock and the color change in Burgoo and the crowds. It's always an amazing time. How long have you been involved with Burgoo, Mary?
I've been sending pies since I got married, but actively working the Burgoo booth, probably this would be like 10 years.
Yeah, and how much planning goes into a Burgoo every year?
A lot. As soon as it's over,
we start for next.
You start for next year. You find what worked, what didn't work, and you go from there. You have to start promoting.
We get about a week break.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we start up again.
Yeah. We don't go to Utica that week. Or we don't drive by we shouldn't go to the museum, I should say.
Yeah. So, Amanda, with the Burgoo Festival, are there any changes this year? Because I know last year things, did it even happen at all last year?
No, we had a condensed one with our market, but we didn't have any stew, and we had a lot less vendors, really spread out. But this year, for our Burgoo booth area, we are having just the volunteers stir and deal with the stew. But we will have an extra kettle out for selfies. If anybody wants to stir the stew this year, you still can, but it's going to be in a kettle that's away from the ones.
And is it going to have actual stew in it?
No.
Oh.
No.
You can't just bring your own stuff to throw in?
Well,
we prefer not.
Yeah, get a little.
Might be bad. Yeah, might be bad.
So the Frontier Stew, again, that begins serving on Sunday, you said, right?
Correct.
Yes.
As soon as it's ready.
Yes, and there's so much.
I
mean, we've got live music both days. Saturday, there's the car show downtown, which it looks like it's going to be gorgeous. So there's probably going to be a lot of classic cars that's put on by the Utica Fire Department. And Saturday, we have about 150 vendors. Sunday, we added up to 375, and it's from one end of town to the other. There's
and they're spaced out. That's the nice thing about Burgoo, that as it's grown, and the village has grown, that you're not on top of each other. You can walk comfortably without being on top of each other.
And Utica's done a great job with Mill Street and everything else, allowing the businesses to make use of as much space as possible.
Yes.
And they will still be there this weekend.
This weekend
the restaurants will still have their tables out there, so you can, if you don't want to have Burgoo, they will be out on the street. We also have taken and developed a food court behind our canal market so that all of the food vendors are all together so you can
We've
see.
got everything. We've got donuts and tacos and pizza and funnel cakes, anything you can think of.
Burgers.
We've got our new food court with expanded seating in the back of our canal market. And then Sunday, we are going to have a shuttle
Oh.
Yeah.
because that's another concern.
Oh, yeah, because it is sometimes difficult to find a place to park
Correct.
somewhere in and around
Yes.
Burgoo.
Yes.
NCAT is gracious enough to help us out this Sunday, and they'll be shuttling from Celebrations 150
Okay.
from 9 to 5 all the way down. They drop you off right at the start of the festival, and they run
So,
continuously.
so you can park there at Celebrations 150 on the
Yes.
curve there on
Yep.
Route 6
Yes.
and get taken right down into the heart of Burgoo,
Right.
so to speak, and
On
you'll be good to
Sunday.
go. That is
Yeah.
great for Sunday. That's awesome.
Yep, and
Yeah,
want to
it is.
remind everybody to get your 50/50 tickets, too.
Oh,
Yes.
This year, we're splitting with the fire department. the
Oh,
Utica
well,
Fire
Yes.
the
Department.
fire department will be happy
Yes.
with that, that's for sure, with the big
Yes.
50-50.
They are
Yes.
very good to us, the village and the fire department.
Yeah.
We all work together very well.
Now, other than Burgoo, of course, the Historical Society has the museum there. When you're not in Utica, either for the fall colors or for the stew, there's a lot of fun stuff at that museum.
Yes, we're actually this weekend we have a live blacksmith both days, 11 to 6 on Saturday and 9 to 5 on Sunday. We'll have our one-room schoolhouse open, and we have our Canal Warehouse Museum, which is 1900 and before. That'll be open this weekend as well.
Wow. And and the museum was open regular hours, too, coming up in the next few weeks, obviously.
Yes,
Yeah. So what other things are at the museum that people might be interested in to come visit maybe after Burgoo's over?
The number one exhibit is the Radium Girls, the stories of the girls back in the early 20s that painted the faces of clocks using paint that contained radium. And to get a fine stroke, they had to put the paintbrush in their mouth. We have the original letters written back and forth to those young ladies. And
Wow.
they are the letters that Kate Moore wrote her book, The Radium Girls, that
Which was
movie
a New York
based on.
Times bestseller. I
Yes.
just thought it was weird we were mentioned in there.
Yes.
That's how we made it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
made it. But that's our number one. But we've got a coal mine in our basement. If you haven't been there for a long time, there's a lot of things. We know on
Just
the
to
third floor.
backtrack,
Yeah.
you said there's a coal mine
Yeah.
Yes.
in the basement. Now, not like a real coal mine.
It's simulated.
Okay, I
Oh,
was getting
yes.
nervous
Yes.
for a second because
Yeah.
I
Well,
wasn't sure what the zoning
that's our-
was like in Utica. I didn't know if you guys...
That's our other business.
Yeah.
Is coal mining.
Yes.
No. So, anytime anybody goes down there, especially little kids, we'll always say to them when they come back up, Now, are you sure you want to be a miner when you grow up? And they'll be like, no. So,
Yeah, and until I started working here, there is so much history
Yeah.
here, and it's not just pertinent to the local, it's nationwide. I mean, we had Wild Bill Hickok, who was born and raised here.
Yeah.
Yeah, worked from Utica on the canal.
Yeah, spent time on the canal boats, then left town after a disturbance, I understand.
He did. Yeah, he
Yes.
thought he had killed someone. He wanted to leave and follow his brother out west,
Yeah.
and that was what happened. So
Yeah.
he left. But yeah, our Canal Warehouse building, the old museum from 1848, is actually a building that he would have reported to.
Wow, that's incredible.
It
Well,
is.
again, coming up this weekend, it's Burgoo in Utica, Saturday and Sunday. Thank you, ladies, for joining us this
Thank
morning.
Thank
for
you
having
very
us.
much.
Find out more about Burgoo. Do you guys have a website?
It's the LaSalle County Historical Society.org.
LaSalle-
And we have a Facebook page, the LaSalle County Burgoo Festival.
LaSalle County Burgoo Festival on Facebook. Thank you very much for joining us. You have a great morning.
You too.